please, Chobe Safari. And this deafening hand clap spontaneous.
On the production side, you talked about some risks of this one, that, but I think for me the biggest risk for agriculture has been the weather. And the answer for that is irrigation. And we are doing two efforts. Effort number one is the Ministry of Agriculture to use the gift God gave us, because God gave us a very good arrangement. You have high mountains like the Rwenzori with rivers, so many rivers from Mount Rwenzori, Ruimi, Mobuku, Nyamugasani, there are so many of them. We are now just using only one, Mobuku, for irrigation. And there's no pumping here. The water is coming from up, you just direct it. So we are going to use more of those rivers around the Rwenzori for gravity irrigation. Then you have education, because all these industries need an educated workforce. Educated, but I think what Msaz was saying, in addition to education, they also need skills of particular types. But with education, skills are easier to impart. So that one is moving well, because if you see the school population is big now. It's 15 million children are in the schools. Then you have health. Health is also crucial for the workforce. Then the other one is the cross-border trade. I think that one is improving, because I can see, like with the new government of Kenya, they seem to be very, very, very open. They seem to be more supportive of regional trade. And with the Congo, we don't seem to have any problem. With the South Sudan, no problem. With Tanzania, we still have some issues, but I will discuss with Her Excellency. With Rwanda, I think the border was opened again. Burundi, no problem. So I'm glad that now there is a huge market of milk in Algeria. Huge, 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 huge. So our minister went there, John Mulimba, and met the president. The president was very, very, very ready. But on our side here, we need to solve the problem of Karusu, foot and mouth, erjoa, because that's what would block us from. We need to have a record, which means the Minister of Agriculture must guide us on what to do with these seasonal outbreaks.
This very retreat concentrated on two areas. One is immobility, and the CEO of Kiramoto has ably demonstrated to you why we need immobility. The other issue, Your Excellency, that we concentrated on is how we can interface and support the parish development model. Your Excellency, the private sector wants to be part of this. We want this model to succeed. We've followed what we've put in place, and we want to participate in every aspect of it. either as off-takers, as manufacturers of products, as exporters of products, and those of us who cannot participate in that way, at least participate in making the quality of life of the intended beneficiaries great. Your Excellency, the other day, we were with the Indian Association and they talked about peace, profit, and progress. Yes, we're here and we can stand because of peace, because of what you have been able to do.
Now, Your Excellency, I want to present to you two key risk areas that we have looked at. The first one is the production risk. The second is the market risk. On the production risk, we have challenges linked to fake and substandard agricultural produce. We also have challenges linked to poor varieties and breeds. We also have climatic challenges, but also the high levels of subsistence, the 39% who are basically still in the peasant economy. What are we proposing? The first, we prioritize restructuring of the input certification process by the ministry responsible for agriculture and UNBS. Secondly, increasing agricultural insurance so that we can have more private sector players in the space. The second area, market risk, Your Excellency. In the area of market risk, we have challenges linked to inaccessibility of production nodes. And with the Delight example, they explain clearly how when it rains, they can't access their farms. So a clear challenge with that. The challenge of non-aggregation and of course, post-harvest handling infrastructure. Trading is also unregulated in a number of cases. We have very limited market information.
The contracting, the Petroleum Authority of Uganda has approved contracts worth $6.8 billion since the final investment decision was announced. I'm glad to say that out of this $6.78 billion, $1.7 billion has been granted to contracts awarded to Ugandan companies. It's a total of 200 Ugandan companies, and these companies have contracts in industrial goods like steel and cement. They have engineering services. They have hospitality services like hotel and transportation and food provision in the sector. The plan is to have 40% of this 15 to 20 billion spent in the country. And this will be an increase from the 28% that was spent during exploration when 4.8 billion. Land acquisition is a very important thing. And the Tilenga, Kingfisher, and East African Crude Oil Pipeline are affecting about 10,000 people. These 10,000 people have been identified. About 80% of them have been now fully compensated, and the others have been moved. The activities that affect these project-affected people are the ones that have a major contribution to the parish development model. These people are in the 4 districts where oil is going to be produced. That is Nwoya, Ulisa, Hoima, and Chobe. And in the other 8 districts which are along the pipeline corridor. The oil companies have put in place projects to help these people. And so far, these thousands of people have actually been trained in agricultural systems and projects.
The Presidential CEO Forum Annual Reports, Corporate Ugandan Statistical Yearbook. And after that will be the group. And after that launch, the following persons will be.
There will be 3 group photographs, and in this order. The first photograph will involve the Honorable Mwebesa, the Honorable Musenero, and the P for that picture, the Honorable Mwebesa, the Honorable Musenero, and the board. And then after that, the next picture will have the Honorable David Bahati, the Honorable Dennis Galabuzi, the Honorable Professor Sandy Stephen, the engineer
Of the Chira